What's up, everybody? Welcome to another special edition Oklahoma Archery Podcast. We don't have Dave tonight, but we're going to press on without him. We've got a couple of guests that we wanted to get on real quick. Isaiah and Jordy from Twisted Arrow Oklahoma Archery. How you guys doing today?
Good, you?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. Not as good as y'all, though. So for everybody living under a rock, these two fellas just got back from Salt Lake City at the S3DA Western Indoor National Tournament. Did I get that right?
Yes.
All right. Well, y'all go ahead and just spill the beans. How'd it go for both of you?
No, it went pretty good for both of us since we both got first.
Jordy, is that the first national championship you've won?
Not at all.
Not at all. What was the other ones? Did we miss a few?
Foley.
You won Foley? Yeah, you.
No, I got second. You won. Out doing 3D.
Yeah, buddy. So, is this one of the last indoor shoots of the season?
That was
Yes.
the last one.
The last one. So we're all ready for 3D now, and that's why Dave's not here tonight. So, tell us about the big shoot. I know it was about a 17-hour drive, is what you said.
Yep.
Did y'all just go pile in a big van and drive cross country? How many kids did you take, first of all? Because I know you had a whole bunch of them, and your mom's going to beat us both if we don't get all of them right. But a whole bunch of us ended up in the top 10, right?
Yeah, I think so. Quite a bit.
Jordy's counting right now.
We had 7. 8, I mean.
There you go. So how many, Jordy, how many were in your division this year? Pretty stiff competition?
4.
There you go.
Not really. All of them were tiny kids, but
So tell everybody how old you are and what division you shoot in.
8. In Junior Eagle Open.
For is that an S3DA division?
Yes, in all divisions.
There you go. So do you like indoor better than 3D?
Not at all.
Not at all. Just a necessary evil. So tell everybody what kind of bow you shoot, man. How'd the weekend go for you?
I
Right
bought
behind you.
a Ember Elite with Conquest stabilizers, a
Drop away.
True Ball release, Ultra Use sight, True Ball whale, and DNA bowstrings.
There you go. Well, that's pretty good list. Isaiah, what do you got back there for a big old heavy thing?
Got the Title 38 True Excel bars, Shrewd Housing Beestinger bars, and then Big Daddy bowstrings, Heath strings.
Big Daddy Bowstrings, Mr. Heath Franz. Shout out to the burger guy.
Yeah.
So you were already on the road to Fort Benning, right?
Yeah, we just got here about probably 10 minutes ago.
So how long a drive was that for you? So you went from Salt Lake City one weekend to Alabama, Georgia the next?
Yeah, we got back Monday at 9 o'clock and left at 6 o'clock today.
Okay. So same bow you're shooting for both tournaments?
Yep.
There you go. 23s? Does S3DA have arrow restrictions?
Not indoor. Indoor, you could shoot as big as you want, but I still shot my 23s.
Okay. So do they have, I guess, 3D restrictions at
3D, yes. 23s there for S3DA. And then they for young adults too.
What's the reasoning behind that? Just as somebody
that's just fair advantage or something. I'm not sure what they're getting at for that.
Okay. Well, Jordy, what was your favorite part of the whole trip besides winning?
Probably meeting a lot of people.
Meeting a lot of people?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jordy, you've never met a stranger, have you?
No. I know a lot of strangers.
A lot of them. Not many of them that shoot archery, though, hopefully.
No.
There you go. So what's your next tournament? I know Isaiah is at the big pro-am. Where are you going to go shoot this weekend?
Choctaw.
Choctaw? You mean Crowder Lake?
Crowder.
Close enough. Hey, we like Haskell too, but I don't know if there's a shoot going on this weekend at Choctaw. There's always a fun range open, so you can go hit that money in the drop box. But for everybody else out there, Crowder Lake this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, 10 a.m. start time. Isaiah, you are excused from that one, I guess. I think it's hilarious that you're out west and we finally get more qualifiers out west and you're always off at a bigger tournament.
Always young.
Isn't that terrible?
It kind of is.
Having to drive all the way east every single weekend, and then we finally get one out west, and you're way back east.
Yep.
Look, man, the bus stops for no one, no matter how short. So somebody's going to have to win K40, man. I don't know what. Probably going to be Quinn, but
yeah,
you have to. He might be at Benning too, I guess. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, he might be. If he's at Foley, he's probably here.
I don't know, man. So what's the biggest what's the biggest transition challenge between going from indoor one weekend to 3D the next? Like, do you have to change a pin out? Do you shoot a dot in your bow?
Nah, you just run the same setup besides just a bit more weight or poundage for 3D.
There you go.
Yeah.
What about you, Jordy? Same bow all the time?
Yeah.
Everything but hunting?
The only thing I wish they could give me a lens.
Oh yeah?
I need one. This is the last year that I'm shooting 10 yards.
Oh, is that your max distance there? The Eagle class?
Eagle is 20.
Oh, for indoor you're 10 yards for indoor. Okay. Well, you'll have to help me out. I don't know much about it. I think I aged out of it before I ever got into S3DA. So don't hold it against me for being old.
Yeah.
Not a word. Nothing. Not gonna touch that one. So, Jordy, what's the biggest difference in going to a national tournament? If you're talking to another kid out there, like what's the difference between shooting all the way across the country and shooting in your own backyard?
If it was like a normal shoot, I wouldn't be healing. I'm this lucky to hit the target that the national shoots.
Why you say that?
Because those, if you aren't ready, there's no reason to go if you're not ready.
Okay, that makes sense. So, what's the best way to prepare for a big national tournament? Like, what's your practice regimen look like? I know you shoot probably all the time. I see pictures of it.
Practice every day.
Practice every day?
Yeah.
What about work and chores and taking care of the kids? None of them?
They don't make me do it.
They don't make you do nothing? Your job's just go shoot your bow and have fun, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Do after this, if they let me.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
I probably will after this, but if they let me.
Man. So who else, who all went with you? I know y'all piled up in a big van, but let's give the rest of the team a shout out because I know you had probably 10, 15 kids go with you?
No, we had Wrangle, Carlson, and me.
Isaiah, you have a few more of them that you know?
Mackenzie, Mason, Cody,
Zane.
Zane went with them. His mom or dad wasn't there.
That is one of the best things about archery. You can pass your kids off to somebody and let them haul them cross country.
Yeah.
And they'll be gone for 3 or 4 days, and then they'll be back usually. Sometimes traumatized, I've had some big national tournaments I've went to that I was not prepared for and came back just kind of like this.
Right.
Just, well, what happened? Well, we shot 60 arrows. And then what happened? We came home. That was it. There's no story to it. So, Isaiah, you had some competitors there in your division that you knew, right? You'd had some of them that you'd shot against in Vegas and stuff like that. So, kind of tell them about what it's like seeing the same characters all the way across the country over and over again. Is it somebody that specifically you really, really didn't want to lose to, or is it somebody that's like, I just want to shoot my game and see what shakes out?
I just shoot my game and just go on because any day everybody can have a good day, a bad day, so you just kind of focus on yourself and the target.
Is it a little more relaxing going out there shooting the 5 spot compared to the Vegas face?
No, I almost feel like the 5 spot was worse than the Vegas face.
Why you say that?
The nerves were just different there, and I don't know. I just felt like I was holding a lot better during Vegas than this shoot.
Holding a lot better during Vegas, really? Why do you say that? Vegas wasn't so great, right?
No, it wasn't great. Once we got back, I figured out my bow was out of tune, and I was shooting that red 40, and that 40 is not working out for me. But I feel like if I'd had the shooting the white one, it probably worked out a lot better in Vegas.
There you go. There you go. So back from the 40 to the 38, the older model, the older title.
Yeah.
The old Rusty Trusty.
Yeah.
Tim Gillingham personally tuned title 38. Kind of helps a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, you forgot to say gold tip arrows, didn't you?
Yeah, gold tip arrows, yeah.
Tim, don't come after this kid. I know he's about as big as you, but call DHS. We're gonna whoop some kids. So, Jordy, what is the biggest advice you could give to somebody if they haven't never shot archery before? What would you tell them? Is it fun?
Yes.
Okay. What's fun about it?
Walking.
Walking is fun. Okay.
And you never know what target is next, too.
Talking about 3D then?
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds good, dude. So you mean every target is a fresh opportunity, is what you mean. So it's like, forget that one. That one's done. We're done with that one. Moving on to the next one.
Yes.
Well, what else would you tell people about archery, Jordy? Just let them have it. What's the best and what's the worst thing about shooting archery? I've never before seen Jordy speechless.
Well, I don't know. It's all fun.
It's all fun.
The one thing is having to have a 5 so close to the line.
Okay, so did you have some close calls out there? Did you have to call a line judge?
I think I only needed a light done in the 2 days, I think 3 times.
Okay. There you go. So you shoot 30 arrows a day, right? For 150 per day for a 300 total?
Yes.
That's really not a lot of arrows for a 5 spot. It's kind of like once you get in the groove, it's time to quit. What else did you do on the trip?
Go to
museum?
Yeah, we went to a dinosaur museum. We went to the planetarium.
Planetarium. What exactly is a planetarium?
It's stuff about planets. It just doesn't sound like a planet because it's planetarium.
So they have a bunch of vendors out there like Vegas and Lancaster?
They only have 2.
Who'd they have?
Boning and S3DA.
S3DA?
Yep.
Okay. Well, what else are we going to talk about for the next 47 minutes? That's what we got to get out. What's the secret, Jordy? What's the best way to shoot good scores besides being prepared? Do you have to work on your mental game a little bit?
And you have to look through your peep. That's what I learned.
Okay, so break down your shot process for us. Like from the time you step on the line, what's going through your head?
So I put my finger on the trigger, pull back some more, look through the peep, aim, and then release.
There you go. Are you shooting a thumb button?
Yes.
There you go. I think you said true ball. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Not sure which one. Is it a pretty light, pretty heavy trigger?
No, it's as light as it can be. Just because I had target panic.
Okay. I know you had some target panic, and that was right before you ended up on the podium there at Foley. So what did you do to work through that?
It wasn't Foley, it was New Mexico.
Yeah, but then and then right after you were kind of figured it out for Foley, right? You shot good at Foley.
Yeah.
Not so much New Mexico.
No.
No. Well, that one's over.
I got a 99 one time. I
Okay. Missed out on triple digits by just a little bit.
didn't do good at all.
Yeah. Well, that's why we go to one every weekend. You know, they don't all have to be good, but kind of focus on the next one, not the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah, being coached at all, being held hostage.
Now that I'm doing that, I'm coaching my dad.
Coaching dad, how's that working out for him?
He haven't been shooting.
Well, that's one way to get over target panic, I guess. I know Isaiah's trigger is probably still pretty light, still running the hair trigger.
No, it's everything. You can actually wrap around and put some pressure on it before it goes off.
You can squeeze on it a little bit.
Yeah.
I was working with somebody earlier trying to get them to wrap their thumb around it and pull out the back, and you just see that. You see that double clutch there.
Oh, yeah.
So what are you working on at Benning for the next couple days? I guess you don't shoot till Friday, so you got a little bit of time to kind of get acclimated and a little rest and recoup.
Yeah, probably a decent amount of practice tomorrow. Then I think the team shoots tomorrow too.
Tomorrow will be Thursday, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
That.
Who's the most fun pro you've ever had on a team shoot?
I've had one pro. I can't remember what his name was, but that was the last. I was in Foley and we won that one, so he's pretty good.
He was pretty good.
Yeah.
What about you, Jordy? Have you got to do a team shoot yet, or do they let
that one that we did that you made?
Yeah, at Bartlesville. I guess we can talk about the local ASA. Tell everybody about the team shoot here that we do in Oklahoma after the qualifiers. What was that like?
It was fun. I got Travis and I wanted him somehow.
Travis Keith.
Yeah, that's who I wanted.
So it was a blind draw. I don't remember if it was 4 or 5 targets that weekend, but we basically blind draw them, let them shoot. 14's in play. You don't have to call uppers or lowers, and we had put a little closer stake up there for some of our competitors. But I fully believe, Jordy, if you were shooting full distance, you'd have done just as good. Maybe just aim a little higher. Have you ever shot at those 14 rings before in the backyard with Dad?
I've hit some by like 10 yards.
10 yards? That's fine. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with 10 yards, man. There's good points inside 10 yards. Isaiah, have you been to one of those? Have you been to one of our team shoots yet?
I've not made it to one yet.
Man, so this last weekend we started letting them pick their partners instead of doing blind draw, and it was hilarious. We had more people buying mulligans for $5, and the whole point of the team shoot so we can raise money for our buckles, get people to buy in. We pay back 75%, but if for $5 per team per target, you and your partner can both reshoot it. And we saw more money flying around the Oklahoma City Gun Club than I've ever seen in my life. It was absolute chaos. Chad Shoemake, I think, spent $200 to win $90. So if that gives you any, he was shooting basically $5 an arrow until his quiver was empty on pretty much all 4 targets. So I think he was having trouble. He wasn't having trouble shooting. He was having trouble glassing. He's like, I can't tell if it's in or not. Here's $5. I'm going to shoot it again. And it was a pretty good little fundraising endeavor. I know we spent a whole bunch of money on buckles last year. I think Jordy ended up with one. You got your buckle behind you there?
Yeah, I got a lot.
You got a lot of them?
Yeah.
How many buckles you got? Let's see some of those. Go grab those. Get a step stool and grab that thing.
This is the one that I did get.
Bring it up here.
This is the one that I got at the award where I got Shoe of the Year.
That's pretty slick right there. You gonna put that on your quiver? Or you gonna leave it on the shelf?
I'm gonna leave it on the shelf so if I ever drop my quiver, it doesn't break. Who knows?
Fair enough. Man, that is an impressive rack full of trophies you have over there, dude. You're gonna run out of wall space pretty soon, aren't you?
Yeah.
Just buy more house, man. That's all you gotta do.
I don't got money. I don't get paid to do this stuff. I don't get money for winning. Why don't I do it?
They don't pay you back yet, but once you get up there pretty soon. So what I guess next year, if you're 8, you'll be 9, be in the youth division, huh? So you're one of the older competitors in your class. You ever so who's your biggest shooting buddy? Who do you like to be with on the range?
Waylon Plummel?
Yeah, you guys are always duking it out in the Eagle class, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah, or junior Eagle class. I'm sorry, junior Eagle. It's bad when a state director doesn't remember the age groups. Junior Eagle's 6 to 8. Eagle is 9 to 11. So next year you'll be moving up a division. What about you, Isaiah? Are you going to be in 40 next year?
I guess we'll see how this year plays out.
Well, I mean, you got to get to one of them if we can ever get a break in the national.
I think I've only made it to 5, maybe.
I think we've only had 7 or 8, so that's still pretty good for being gone every weekend. So
Yeah.
how did you end up at Foley? I know we talked about Jordy's success. Where'd you end up on the podium?
Yeah, second.
Couple of second places at the first one out of the gate. Always
Yeah.
always a good feeling. You don't want to peak too early, so saving those wins for the Classic, Minden, some of the later pro-ams.
Yeah.
So I know you changed your bow since then. Is there anything else like with your game, your equipment? What else changed from then till now?
One thing that's changed would be the strings, and I switched to a V-bar.
Went back to the V-bar. What are you running weights wise?
18 on front, 18 back left, and 16 on the right.
Say that again.
18 front, 18 back left, and 16 back right.
Oh my gosh. So that's like a 11, 12 pound bow probably.
Weighted is 11 on the money.
It was 11 on the money. Okay. Nice. And you're one of the few people that I've seen that doesn't run their V-bars like perfectly symmetrical. You've got one of them kind of
Is a little cockeyed.
It's got a little wandering eye on his back bar. It's kind of got lost and kind of faded off to the side.
Yep.
Well, Jordy, what would you say is the biggest thing you're looking forward to with the ASA tournament this year? Like what's the biggest, best 3D shoot you want to go to?
Probably London.
London. Why do you say that?
Because you can, if we do, we'll probably don't watch the shoot off.
Okay. Have you got to watch a few of those so far?
Levi, that's all. Probably don't do.
You gonna hang out with Levi?
Watch him.
I bet you could probably hang out with him. I bet Levi go party with you after. I know he came and had Hibachi with us last year. We got to have him and Chris Hammond and Scott Langley all come hang out and meet the kids. So that was pretty cool. What other pros have you hung out with at the pro-ams that you can remember?
Only reason I normally see him at Foley, they had this thing with all had some the pros with the kids at Foley at like a young, like at what on the side of somewhere where we had awards in the grass.
There you go. Get to see the pros hanging out. So who's your favorite? Is it Levi?
There was one other one that is cool. Which one? Right. It's that kid the guy that we saw at Illinois on the practice range.
Beasley.
The Beasley?
Tony Beasley?
I think so.
I think.
The senior pro?
Take your word for it. Not a clue. So what's the next bow you want to shoot? If you ever do outgrow your elite, what's the next one on your to buy list that you want to try out?
The new Elite 35-inch.
The Exalt?
Yeah.
There you go. Have you shot one yet?
No, it's gonna be a while because it's 25 or like 22-inch draw lengths.
So what's your draw length at right now? How far out are we?
21 and a half, 20, 21.
21 inches. Okay, so Blake Kidder's out there watching. We got your next pro staffer right here. As soon as he's big enough to shoot a 35 Exalt, I bet Ronnie Plummer let you shoot his.
Is this the 45?
Yeah, his orange one. Yeah, it is. Well, man, I don't know what else we could possibly ask you to pick your brain, but tell everybody out there where they can get a hold of you. Do you have an archery social media page yet?
I don't have social media.
Well, you probably don't need it being 8, but
Yeah.
where if they were gonna come shoot around with Jordy, where would they find you at?
Ceiling, Oklahoma,
Okay.
like hour or so from Guyman.
Where's your go-to indoor range at?
I guess Archery Tech is, and that's the closest one. So
Archery Tech Center. Talking about going out and hanging out with Brian Moorhead up there. Tell everybody about the Tech Center for just a second. I know you were trying to go to, was it college up there? You were going to go to one of their tech programs. Tell everybody what the Tech Center has going on.
they have welding, archery. I think they are printing, and I don't know about anything else.
Automotive, pretty much grown up Chuck E. Cheese is what Brian calls it. It's a full tech center that can do just about anything under the sun. They've got a machine shop, a 3D printing shop, a fabrication shop, and they run a really good archery program. So y'all go up there every week on Tuesdays or Wednesdays?
We have Thursdays. We haven't went in forever just because of all the shooting and stuff.
Hard to find time to practice when you're going to a tournament, isn't it? Yeah, buddy. Tell you what. All right, Isaiah, coach us up here. If you've never shot archery before and you have no idea what you're doing, what would you tell somebody brand new?
I'd go find you a decently big shop and just people know a lot and go in there, just talk for a while, get you like a little diamond bow or start off with a recurve bow and shoot it for a little bit.
Start off with a recurve, huh? Is that what you did?
No.
Straight to the compound, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, I know there's a lot of people out there that can kind of get going with a bare bow setup or something like that, just because it's easier to manage, easier to pull, that kind of thing. But if they were going to go walk into an archery store, what's the first thing you're going to ask them? Like, how does somebody that's never done archery before get involved in it?
It just kind of depends on how. You'd probably ask them how much they're willing to get into it, so you know what kind of bow to set them up with.
Okay.
See how serious they are.
Okay, so something mid-tier. You don't need 3 Matthews titles right out of the gate. What was your first bow? Do you remember that?
A diamond.
That diamond? Okay. A little short axle to axle, a little longer. What were you working with?
I couldn't even tell you. It's been too long.
Been too long? You still have it?
My dad has it.
There you go. My dad gave my first bow that I'd ever killed, my first deer, away to one of my cousins, and I was like, "Oh, did he not have a bow?" It's like, "Yeah, he had one, and he was leaving the lake and left it on top of his car and drove off." So I guess that meant he got one of my hand-me-downs, and I was like, "I killed my first deer with that. I think my first 2 or 3 deer with that bow, and it got given away, man. I didn't know how to feel about that."
Yeah.
Golly. Well, guys, what else do we need to cover in the fast-paced world of archery? Is there anything coming up big that you're looking forward to?
Not that I can think of.
Getting back home, couple of am-ams and then another pro-am.
Yeah.
So how do you keep archery fun? Like, I know you have school and work and everything else. Like, how do you make it stay a hobby? Like, if you're having a bad time, do you just go shoot in the backyard? Is it something that you
Let's go shoot in the backyard, shoot some long range for fun to make it interesting.
Okay, what are we talking long range? We talking 40, 50? We talking 80, 90? What?
I mean, I've shot out to 100 before, so really anywhere from 100 to 5 yards, just shooting all over the place.
Okay. So you get out to 100 with your competition bow, or is that something you put your hunting bow together for?
No, I shoot that bow at 100 G before.
Really? You get clearance out that far?
Yeah.
Okay. 65-pound, big old 23 on it?
Yep.
Dang. Well, guys, I think that's just about all I can coax out of you, man. Congratulations. Tell everybody real quick about Twisted Arrow, just so everybody kind of knows that it's out. What is it? How do kids get involved with it, and who can they contact?
So Twisted Arrow is my mom's team that she made, and it's just for kids that want a team and that want to get around and shoot a lot more.
And y'all are out in Western Oklahoma,
Yes.
about Enid area, Kremlin.
Just north of Enid.
How many kids do you have on the team now?
I couldn't even tell you. There's a lot.
I think it's at least 50 something, right?
There's probably somewhere in there.
Right on. Well, guys, have a good weekend at Fort Benning. Jordy, I will see you at Crowder Lake. Are you going out there Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday.
Sunday? All right, guys. Well, I will see y'all this weekend. Isaiah, go have a couple of good rounds. Don't beat up on those kids too much. I know you're there to make friends and cash checks, but try to concentrate just a little bit.
Try to, anyways.
Oh, come on. It's fun, right? Hey,
right.
What are you going to do before the first target?
The first what?
Before the first target, what are you going to do?
Make sure to set my sight tape right.
Make sure and set your sight, huh?
Hey, try not to recap fully on the first target.
How many points did you get second by?
I'm not sure. I think there's a couple, though.
About 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would have been right there, dude. So keep hammering at him. Jordy, is there anything you want to tell the people before we let you go? I know you got probably a full evening of activities.
Well, I don't got anything.
You don't got anything? You got school tomorrow?
Yeah.
That's a bummer, isn't it?
Yeah. I'd rather shoot all day, but
You got a what?
I'd rather shoot.
Well, I mean, you get out at 2:50, right? 3:00?
3:07.
3:07. So what time? So by the time you get home, it's like 4:00. You're shooting your bow.
3:30. Sometimes I normally wait for someone to get home.
Fair enough. Fair enough. You got to have somebody call your arrows, right?
I just have them watch me, so if I blow something up.
Has that been a problem in the past?
The one time it happened for me, so I was walking at you, and my binoculars caught my string. My string fell off my bow.
Uh-oh.
So we got it back on there. I shot. I could shoot I was 12 yards higher than I used to be.
Okay. What'd you do to fix that? Should we dial it in?
No, I just used 12 things higher.
Fair enough. That'll do it. Isaiah, have you ever blown a string off a bow?
Not that I can't say I have.
Well, let's keep it that way at least through the weekend. I know you got a new one you want to put together soon. So, I mean, I guess if it's going to happen sometime, target number 20, day 2, just just leave it out there, man. Just find some kid to give it to. I mean, some 6'3" kid with a 30-inch draw length.
Yeah.
Anything else before we get off here, guys?
That I can think of.
All right. Well, Isaiah's in the zone. Jordy's all talked out, and I've got to get to bed so I can get up and go to work tomorrow. So y'all go have fun, shoot them in the 12 ring. don't do anything I wouldn't do, and we'll see y'all next time.
All right.